Hi, I'm Boleen Carlson. I'm secondary generalist at Nicolai School on the Kenai Peninsula Borough School District. I've been working on a project for the last couple of weeks that was inspired by an in-service we had. Our admin, Mike Sellers, thought it would be a good idea for us to focus on looking at district standards and the expectations that are placed on us as teachers to make sure that our students are meeting these standards. And he thought it would be cool. This is a project that they did several years ago with Rob Ann Stating, who is at Paul Banks now, but they put together these documents that had the standards in student-friendly, parent-friendly language, like I can or I will statements. So we started off with a spreadsheet, like looking at foundational skills, K through 5, and then looking at the rest of the ELA standards. And I was excited about the idea because I think that creating a district spreadsheet, like a Google Sheets that was available to anyone, students and parents and other teachers, would be a great tool to have. So I've been working plugging this information in for the last couple of weeks. And if you're looking at my YouTube video right now, you can see that at the top of the Sheets page, I have district standards linked in, so a person could look at this document and just click on kindergarten, first grade, second grade, although we called it level 1, level 2, so that students themselves aren't tying themselves to a specific grade level. Our district has priority standards, and I highlighted those in blue so that teachers are focusing on the priorities, especially now during the pandemic. Like, it's super important for teachers to focus on specific things. So yeah, I'm sitting here. It's a Saturday afternoon. I'm drinking coffee and making bread and listening to tunes and being an education nerd, basically. But I did want to share out some of these projects that we're working on. So check this out. I learned this from a YouTube video, how to make a little progress bar at the top of my sheet. So when I click the little checklist here, like, I will write about topics and texts using facts and evidence from the text to support my opinion. If I can check that off as a student or a teacher, then my progress bar moves over. I think that's pretty nifty. And I just learned that from watching YouTube and programmed it into my Google Sheet. But anyway, so in order to find district standards, you just want to go to your school district's webpage. So our Kenai Peninsula Borough School District, and you find it under departments, and then you click on curriculum. Now, it's important to remember that curriculum and material are two different things. Curriculum is the standards. That is what the school district has decided that how we are going to honor the state standards, which is a state law. Like, it's a legal document, and the state of Alaska decides on that. You can look to compare what the district is doing compared to the state by looking up State of Alaska Department of Education, state standards. And you're going to find that on Google, and you're going to click on the link, and you're going to it's going to pull up a document for you that's a couple hundred pages long, and it'll have all the stuff listed. You can also find here at the state website, you can find stuff that's been broken out into subjects. So digital literacy, cultural, they have geography, ELA, which is usually the bulk of the standards are ELA and math. But all of the state standards are here, and this is there's a chance for public review, but this is a state law that we have to deal with. And then our district themselves has all of our curriculum here, and it shows the committee that's worked on them, and the district works on this and proposes it, and the board accepts it, and it's basically a legal document that all teachers are required to teach off from. Being language arts and social studies teacher myself, I focus on the ELA standards and social studies standards, so history and language arts. But I'm working to take these the district standards, priority standards, and I am putting them into my spreadsheet here. I'm working on speaking and listening right now. And I have copied and pasted them and highlighted them as priority. And then I am turning this block of text, which is very teacher-centered and not very user-friendly, and I'm turning them into I will statements. And one of my friends, Brian Greaser, who is a math teacher at Chapman Elementary and Junior High, is going to be working on the math standards with me, since that's not my specialty, and he is really smart and capable educator himself, and is very excited about this project because like me, he was trained to focus on standards and to really hammer on those competencies, like wanting students to meet them. So I talked a little bit before about the difference between material and curriculum. So sometimes the misconception, and I make the mistake a lot too when I'm talking, that the set of textbooks that you have in your classroom is your curriculum, and it isn't. The set of classrooms that you, or a set of textbook that you may or may not be using in your classroom those are your materials that you are using to meet the curriculum. Your curriculum is these standards. It is the standards that come down from the district, come down from your states, actually can come down from a national level. I really like the National Council on Social Studies. Social studies standards are great. But the state standards that you are working from is what is you are legally bound to and legally obligated to teach to your class. Whatever textbook that you have, that might be a school district or a building level directive, but those are not your standards. So make sure that you are differentiating that idea between your material, which is your textbooks. It can be digital, programs that you use. We use Lexia, we use Khan Academy, we use all kinds of different types of materials. But what you're focusing on is you are teaching the standards. And sometimes you can be really out of the box and think about all kinds of interesting and creative ways to teach the standards and have nothing to do with traditional school district materials that are being sent to you. So make sure that you're differentiating. Materials are the tools that you use to teach the standards, and curriculum is the standards. That's the document that comes down from the district and the state that you're legally obligated to teach from. So yeah, this is a really cool tool, and it's hyperlinked to the district standards, and it is intended to be something that students and teachers and parents can use to see where their kids are at. I have this spreadsheet here so you can see growth and change, scope and sequence over time. And I have this the standards checklist that I'm intending to make K through 12. Get a hold of me if anybody's interested in using this tool, or if anybody is interested in helping out with this tool. This is a big project. I'm almost done with the ELA, the K5 ELA standards. 612 is going to be, I think the middle school 6th, 7th, and 8th grade ELA standards are going to be fairly straightforward and simple to use, but then things get a little complicated at the high school level when we're actually requiring specific classes. So I could use some help. But yeah, takeaways from this are we are teaching to the standards, which is the district curriculum, and our material, which is an entirely separate thing. Those are the tools that we use as our material. Can be anything that is age appropriate and is helping us teach to the standards. Oh, one more thing I wanted to make sure everybody understood is that technology is written into our school district standards. There's an expectation that teachers are teaching technology skills K through 12. I was surprised to see that there is an expectation that at the 4th grade level, students are putting together digital portfolios. And that at, I believe it's 3rd grade level, students are able to start typing and can put together documents. So yeah, I will create and maintain a digital portfolio or collection of works related to my learning. I will use recording and editing equipment to record, edit, and publish audio. So these are some sophisticated technological skills that our district has deemed it appropriate. And I 100% agree. Being a secondary teacher, I am very frustrated when I get 5th and 6th and 7th grade kids who don't know how to send an email or can't open up their Google Docs. So I completely 100% agree with this. And I think in the time of COVID, and we can see the importance of technology and being able to manage digital communication skills. So I hope everybody else is having an awesome Saturday and is able to dig into their hobbies like I have been. And thank you for your attention and time and energy.